Hello, Tammy C. Walker, owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love. Today, Sunday, March 27th, I want to provide some inspiration coming out of Iyanla Vanzant's book, Acts of Faith. It states, if you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. And that quote is by Jackie Moms Mabley. Can you imagine not doing what you're doing in your life right now, but doing something completely different? Something exciting, fun, even risky, like quitting your job and traveling around the world, or working part-time and going to school full-time to study scuba diving or basket weaving, or owning your own home, business, plane, or boat. If you can't imagine it, why aren't you doing it? I'll tell you why. Because the moment you think about it, you think about all the reasons you can't. How will I pay my bills? Who will take care of my family? Where will I get money? What will people say? Well, here's another question for you. How do you ever expect to be happy or at peace if you stay where you're at? If you don't allow yourself to dream, to dare, to move up, out, forward, how will you ever know what you are really capable of? Look at it this way. What's the worst that can happen? You could end up right where you started, doing exactly what you are doing. Oh, what the heck? Go for it anyway. So the reflection says, when is the last time you dared to dream big, move up, out, forward, even though you didn't believe you could get there? What did you discover? Now this one is right up my alley. It speaks to me. I want to go back to one part that kind of reminded me of me. Let's see. How will I pay my bills? Who will take care of my family? Where will I get money? And I like the part, something exciting, fun, even risky, like quitting your job and traveling around the world, or working part-time and going to school full-time. That resonates with me. I had to do that. As a high school student, I majored in business. I went to a vocational high school here in Chicago. I learned to type. I learned about business. Therefore, once I graduated, I went right into an office job and I started going to school part-time, our community college here. I hated business. Not even so much business, just working in the office. It did not resonate with me. I am more of a poet. I love writing poems. I've always sang in the choir. I'm more of a creative person in that aspect. Business stuff kind of bores me. And as a 19, 20-year-old, you really are not 100% sure what you want to do. Some people are, but I was not. So I just continued on that path to business, being an executive assistant and sometimes a receptionist. Then I went into, sometimes before all that, accounting, then accounts payable, and some kind of way I landed into purchasing. Now that was one of my more better fields. It was a better fit for me. I enjoyed purchasing because I got to talk to vendors, and it's just a good position. Every company, big or small, needs someone to do the purchasing for them, and it's even better if you're at a bigger company. But still, I'm sitting at the desk like, this is just not me. After having breast cancer, it really made me think, like, why am I here? I became very introspective, and that's when I became the life coach in 2010. But life coaching is good. You can be very successful or help many people. For me, it wasn't panning out that way. What can I do to help people? I've dealt with depression before. People always come to me for advice. I could be a therapist. Oh boy, I got to go back to school to be a therapist. I don't want to go back to school. I had my bachelor's degree in 2002. 20 years. Is that right? 20 years ago. That's insane. My God. And that was good enough for me. I had no plans of getting a master's degree. It just wasn't on my radar, nothing I wanted to do. But to be this therapist, you got to get a master's degree. Oh, Lord, more debt. And that's when I started looking into it in 2014. I had to go through a lot of obstacles to get to registering for my degree. It's funny now, but it wasn't quite funny then. Long story short, MSW in 2018. I drove Uber. I worked part-time. I had to intern for free for 2 years. I went through a lot to get that degree. But that was one of the best things I did. Getting my master's degree in social work, I ended up meeting people from different walks of life. I gained some new friends. I connected really well with the professors. It was a beautiful thing. I really enjoyed that program. And we were told that as students, once we started, that it would change our lives, because the program is not just for your future clients. As you're going through the social work program, it's telling you things about yourself. What about you on today? I know it's something you want to do, and you can do, and it's going to be risky and easy for me to say. I'm not married, I don't have kids, so when I do something crazy, it hurts me. I don't affect the whole family. But still, that shouldn't stop you from living your dreams. I plan on opening my own practice, possibly next year, my therapy practice. So I talked to an owner of her own practice this past week. And I told her, I said, well, when did you make the switch from working full time to, starting your own practice? Because right away, that income is just not what you're used to. She told me this, and I really like how she put it. She said, I just fell out the boat and just started. She was like, I don't like working for people, and that was the only way I could get it up and running. And she did give me advice. She said, give it 6 to 8 months before you really have that income you need. So I was like, well, I need a cushion. So I know for 6 to 8 months, 9 months, I need to have a backup plan or have a nice savings. I got to do something. But I got to get to my own practice, no matter what it takes. I want you to feel the same way. No matter what it takes, you have got to open your own business. You have got to register for school. You have got to travel. You have got to get that weight off of you. You have got to get back out there in the dating field. You've got to change your mindset no matter what it takes. Pretend like your life depends upon it, only because it does. And you will be happier like me. I'm much more happier in my office helping a client or on video helping and encouraging a client than I was creating a purchase order. At the end of the day, we have to be true to ourselves. We have to look ourselves in the eye, in that mirror, and feel good about ourselves and our choices. We have a responsibility to ourselves to be happy. Don't put the onus on this one. Don't get mad at your family member because they don't support your dream. Don't tell your friends all your business, and then when they give you a negative comment, you're mad. The responsibility is on you to be happy, because if you always do what you always did, you will always get what you always got. I hope you enjoyed this. Hit that like button. I'm getting new subscribers. Hey, thank you all so much. I'm always grateful, honored, humbled. And have yourself a most beautiful day. I'll be back with another great podcast video or video. Bye-bye.